being able to create community, purpose, belonging, just being able to create happiness in the lives of people.
Sustainability can't just be focused around an environmental impact. We're looking at social impact.
One day I had an espresso and a coffee experience that kind of made me change my mind about what coffee was, and I actually fell in love with it.
In any morning, I'll wander downstairs from the office, and in the kitchen will be these just most brilliant people from all over the world. Someone from Uganda, somewhere from Guinea, someone from Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. Very diverse places and different cultures, different language groups, but everyone's in the kitchen and everyone is talking and everyone is laughing and everyone's making food, and it just feels fantastic. The high point of my day is when I hear someone laughing in the kitchen. That's it, yeah. Oh, hi, my name is Ravi Prasad. I'm from Parliament-on-King, this little place here. As you can see, we're a cafe, a small one, but we also have a social enterprise catering business. We work exclusively with asylum seekers and refugees, and we focus on foods from their homelands, and we make it the way they do at home for family and friends. You're sitting in what is essentially my midlife crisis. I was in advertising for over 20 years, and it got to a point where it didn't provide me with much meaning anymore. I didn't feel particularly useful. I wasn't living in a way that was aligned with my own values. Had a cathartic event and set about to do something completely different with my life. Parliament-on-King, it's a safe place to be. It's a happy place to be. Very little in the way of judgment takes place in this building, and everybody is equal in this. Everybody is thinking about everyone else that's here. Not just thinking about them, caring about everyone else that's here. What everything we're doing here, I like the impact that has on the people that are here. I like making people happy, because in making other people happy, I find my happiness. Like I really do. That's it for me. You know, the biggest inspiration I get is from the outcome of what's going on. It's wonderful. But when I come down and I hear that, and I see these guys, I go, you know, okay, so it's a small thing, but it's a real thing, and it works in the lives of these guys, even if only for a couple of hours a day. So I go, yeah, okay, that kind of keeps me moving forward with everything.
We recognise that the industry itself is in a pivotal change. There's over 1 billion people that start the day with a cup of coffee. So we are now in a position to have really positive impact or potentially a really negative impact on the planet. And we want to be at the forefront of having a positive impact.
Hi, I'm Chris Tate, pablo&rustys Operations Manager and co-owner of our Sydney CBD store.
Initially it was an idea that stemmed from Saxon, our founder, the want to produce a coffee blend for his brother-in-laws, so Paul and Russell. And what started as a playful birthday present as a coffee blend developed into coffee being sold out of the boot of a car, which then led on to our first store up in Gordon. And you know, it's 12 years ago now, we've sort of grown into what we are today. I'd say sustainability is one of our focuses. It's core to who we are. It really is it's a concept that I guess we see delivering impact both at a customer level and back to a farm level as well. Sustainability can't just be focused around an environmental impact. We're looking at social impact. We're looking at the way that we procure our coffees, the way that we source our coffees, the way that we transport, logistics, all the way through that value chain, right to the end consumer. I guess one of the most recent projects that we've been working on and developing, and it's certainly part of our innovation thinking, is the Husky Cup. So it's a cup that's it's made from coffee husks, which is a byproduct of the coffee production process. We're basically taking those husks, mixing it with a soy-based biopolymer, and then producing the cups. So it's a closed loop system. So effectively taking what would otherwise be a waste product that would end up in landfill or breaking down and being detrimental to the environment and turning it into something that is entirely sustainable. It's waste made beautiful. All of us here are driven by our values, and we want to be able to ensure that the business that we grow and that we develop has a positive impact on everybody. But not just now, also down the track as well, in the years to come for our children and our children's children. We want to be able to leave the planet and we fall off this mortal coil in a better way than when we found it.
There are plenty of baristas who know how to make amazing coffee. There are plenty of service people who are very focused on customer service. I believe that I have a good balance of both. I care enough about the coffee and the customer experience to be able to deliver it in a way that ultimately gives the customer a great all-round experience. My name is Yechan Kim. I'm known as Isaac, my English name, and I'm the head barista and store manager at Honor Marrickville in Sydney. Coffee for me is passion, because this is what I love, and it is physically demanding, it's low paying, and you can't really continue it as a lifelong career unless you're passionate. And for me, coffee at all stages represents that kind of passion. It's a passion for flavour and it's a passion for sharing. I think there's definitely an artisanship to coffee making, especially in the way that it has developed throughout history to where we are now. Before we knew about the science of making coffee, it was all based on feeling and the senses. So it was the sounds that we could hear, it was the smells and the flavours that we could sense as baristas and roasters that helped us to bring coffee to where it is now. Coffee, when it's picked from the plant as a cherry, is perfect in its own right. What we do to it determines how much of that perfection is carried through into the cup and ultimately to the customer experience. In order to create an amazing experience using that cup, barista's role is crucial in how we deliver that. For me personally, as a barista, it's all about the kind of service that we're delivering, and I guess what we do differently is telling a little bit of the story behind each coffee, because there's thousands upon thousands of different producers, different farms across the world, and to be able to tell the story of each individual coffee is really important in getting them to understand the differences. Pairing that with tasting notes, so the customers can kind of link what the story is telling them with something that they're tasting. I think that's really powerful. You're going to taste this because this has happened in the process. Just change people's minds and opinions about what coffee is, how it should taste, how it should be served, and what's possible. Everything that we've done along the chain from the moment that coffee was picked to when it was expressed as a beverage, a good cup of coffee should reflect all of the hard work that's gone into it and should be brutally honest. That's my perfect cup of coffee.
Perfect cup of coffee is one you share with friends. Simple as that.
I'll say it'll be an ethically sourced coffee. It'll be entirely sustainable. It will be served in a vessel that has little to no impact on the planet. And I'll say that I haven't had it yet. And I think that's something that drives all of us at pablo&rustys. We're hungry and thirsty to taste something unique, something different, something that we haven't had yet. Striving for perfection in a cup, it's not attainable, but we'll never stop trying.